So yesterday I did my unboxing and I set up my Apple Vision Pro and I set up the password and PIN. And there's actually a bug that is in the community forum, and I'll have that community forum link as well as you'll see it in this video, where if you set a PIN, even though you remember the PIN, and I can tell you, I know my PIN, after putting in the PIN, you will not be able to log back into the device. Now, in my case, I unboxed it, I was setting it up, I put in my PIN, and then I proceeded to upgrade the firmware. And when you're going to upgrade the firmware, it will ask you to put in your PIN. I attempted to put in my PIN, and it was rejected multiple times. Now I have to wait an hour between attempts, and I do know what the PIN is. I did not forget my PIN. I've also then learned several Reddit groups, and as well as on the Apple community forums, that people are complaining about this. Get this, the only way you can fix this is by taking the unit back to an Apple store to get it reset, or sending it back in the mail. $4,000 brick. That's what I have right now. Unless I set up an appointment, and guess what? My appointment is not going to be for at least 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days for a product that there should be some type of notice out there that says, do not add the PIN. So you're pretty much, have a brick for the next 4 days. So if you are contemplating getting an Apple Vision Pro, don't set the PIN. You really don't want to say that, but because it's security. But if you do, you risk not being able to log in again. Check out what I've learned.
So check out what everyone's experiencing when they're putting a PIN on the Apple Vision Pro. You'll notice that there is a question in the community asking, how do you reset it after the password lockout? And this is because several people are running into problems where after establishing the PIN, they're unable to lock or unlock the device. I've experienced this as well. So literally I got my Vision Pro, I set up the PIN, I went to update the firmware, and I can't log in. And what eventually happens is after you try to put in your PIN over and over again, it will take an hour to reset. Bottom line is you just can't. Now in my case, as you see all these comments, basically I was using the 6-pin format, I believe, not the 4-pin. And by the way, you cannot reset it with your Vision, you cannot reset it with your email, and there's really not much support outside of you must schedule a retail appointment or contact Apple Care and mail out the system in order to be reset. This is bad. This is really bad. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but there are a lot of people who are being impacted by this. So we'll go even to this other page and you can see just the frustration that people are experiencing. So what is Apple doing about this? Outside of, allowing people still to reset their, to go into the store to have things reset, but there's really no communication out there. Something needs to be said about this. This is a big problem, especially, and you'll notice here, return to store after paying $4,000 for a device seems like a major flaw in failure analysis by the development crew. No new products have issues. New products have all the time, but there's very little focus on this right now.
So guys, that wraps up this video. Apple, pay attention. You need to do a recall. You need to do something to make this right. See you in the next one.